Welcome back. We didn't do any boat work this week as we went down to LA to check out the Mast. So it was an awesome trip down there, and I'll look forward to showing you what we found. I also do boat deliveries sometimes for my work, and so this week we got to take a boat down to Olympia. We loaded up the family and made a nice little cruise of it. Next week we'll be getting back to more of the fun projects of putting the Doghouse together. And stay tuned to the end of the episode. We're going to introduce kind of a new segment, talking to you guys more about the project. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and enjoy the show. My name is Matt. Follow along as I turn Duracell, the legendary ocean racing sailboat, into a comfortable cruising home.
We actually had two reasons for going to LA: to see the Mast and to hear the world premiere of a new piece of music by Gabriella Smith, who happens to be my brother's girlfriend.
Go past this stop sign, then turn right onto Yacht Street.
I said, where the hell are we? Yeah, as I said, it's in the back of the yard along the fence.
We found the Mast lying against the fence of a small boatyard in Long Beach. So Matt, what exactly are you examining today?
Mostly I'm just making sure that it exists. Yeah, I'm not really looking for anything specifically, just making sure that there's like no obvious major damage to it. There's broken bits on it here and there, like this roller is a bit broken, but I don't know. So far, I'm just making sure that it's here.
Matt did spend an hour taking a few measurements and taking a closer look at some of the pieces and parts.
What are those?
They're hydraulic lines.
For the boom bang?
Yeah, for the boom bang.
What is this for?
There's a giant bar that goes through here, and like a big rod, and they can adjust the tension in the rig by jacking it up.
Huh.
And so there'll be a couple of jacks on either side of the mast, and you pump up the jacks just like car jacks, and it tensions the mast, tensions the rigging. Duracell also has that, but it's actually underneath the mast as opposed to on the sides of the mast, so that would also have to be adjusted. I'm anticipating cutting this down like a foot or two.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is this called?
It's called the gooseneck.
Uh-huh.
It's where the boom attaches to the mast.
Oh, cool. How does it look? How is its condition?
It's a little rubbed up. It's got a couple. It's actually kind of smaller than I would have assumed.
Will it fit Duracell's boom?
I don't know.
Original boom?
I don't know.
That seems like a necessary feature, right?
I'm anticipating changing this.
Oh, you can change the size of the gooseneck?
Yeah, we'll probably have to cut this off. Either that or adjust what's on the boom.
So Matt is inspecting the mast, and we also have my mom along.
Hi. I'm a huge supporter of the Duracell project. It has just a little something to do with the fact that I am Jannika's mother, but it's also super exciting to be here and finally see this mast.
We felt as if we had discovered a hidden gem tucked away in this far corner of the LA working waterfront. A perfect mast for Duracell. There was just one problem.
I'm not seeing any spreaders.
Were you expecting there to be spreaders?
I was expecting there to be spreaders.
We were given a photo that showed the spreaders lying right here, but now they're gone. So the yard manager is going to help us try to find the spreaders. We were unable to locate the spreaders, which is quite odd.
We left the beeps and the hums of the working waterfront to hear Gabriella's new piece, performed by the LA Phil, called Breathing Forests. The sound of the organ was featured, and the experience of hearing her music was immense and beautiful and impossible to capture in words. It's been a busy week for us. We flew back home just in time to deliver one of Matt's clients' boats to Olympia. The three of us have been landlubbers for almost a year now, so it was great to be back on the water, although La Paz got a little seasick. Delivering this boat was a reminder of how much we love living on a boat and cruising. It's a way of life that got into our blood during our 2-year Pacific cruise. This delivery got us dreaming about the adventures we will have one day on Duracell. Once we were at anchor in our overnight rest stop, La Paz couldn't wait to get to the beach.
Load up, Paz. Load up. Load up.
Come on, let's go.
She doesn't want to leave the beach. She always does this.
We delivered the boat to Olympia for haul out and bottom paint. As an independent shipwright, I get a variety of projects where I learn constantly about the nuances of different boats. So it's very fascinating and humbling that we now have a few thousand viewers watching the channel. When it comes to building this 60-foot boat, turning it from a race boat into a cruising boat, I don't have all the answers for how to do every single little project. I have a lot of good ideas about how I'm going to how to do things, but there are a lot of little decisions to make that I grapple with. I figure with all these viewers that we have now, there's a lot of collective knowledge that we can leverage to, make the boat better, basically. And so what we're going to do is just ask you what you think about these little decisions that I'm having a hard time making. So this week, what I'm working on is what I will be working on in the next week or two is building the coach roof of the Doghouse. I can't build it in the shop. I have to build it right here on top of the Doghouse itself because it's in this shape. And so what I'm going to do is I have to put down it's going to be a foam cord piece, just like the rest of these pieces that I'm building. And so it'll be a bottom skin and then foam and then a top skin of fiberglass. What I'm considering is on the inside skin is either doing fiberglass or plywood. So I could do like a 6mm inside skin of marine grade plywood that I could scarf together a huge piece that's 14, 15 feet long and fasten that to the top of the Doghouse and then laminate foam to the top of that and then put fiberglass on top of that. Why I'm thinking about doing this is it's a little bit cheaper, it's a little bit easier, and the inside of the Doghouse I could varnish, so the overhead when you're inside the Doghouse would be a nice warm varnished wood. It could be very pretty. Or I could lay out a huge piece of fiberglass in the shop and put that down on top as my top skin. The fiberglass would probably be a little bit more expensive, and when I'm done with it, or when it comes time to finish the interior, I would have to fair and paint the inside. So it would be a little bit more work, but in the long run, it would be a little bit less maintenance than having wood. And so this is what I have to decide is, should I do wood or should I do fiberglass? I am leaning towards wood. I like the idea of having the varnished look on the interior of the boat. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'm fascinated to hear what ideas you may have. We have a few new Patreons to thank this week. Thank you very much to Jim and to Kai. Thank you to Warren, who we've been chatting with a lot. He's got a lot of great ideas for us. Peter, who's the Commodore of his little sailing club down in Texas. Phil from New England, he also owns a Roger Martin designed boat, but he also is doing a really cool project for charity doing sailing for epilepsy. And Franz, who's originally from Belgium and a lifelong sailor. So thank you very much to all those new folks that have joined the community and to everybody who's continuing to be a Patreon. It really motivates us to continue to make the videos and show you how the project is going. It's really, really fun getting to know everybody especially.